Good morning. I'm going to give people a couple minutes since I'm a little early before we dive into our Dash admin training. All right, let's go ahead and get the administrative stuff out of the way, and then we'll dive right into it. So this is VirtualPBX Dash admin training. This is for customers who either have just signed up for our Dash platform or migrated over. For those of you who may be vConsole customers, we no longer have a live training for vConsole. However, if you go under our support page and then click on vConsole support, it'll take you to this page here. You scroll down, and the advanced admin training video here, that is the complete training that we used to do. So it covers all the features that are on vConsole. So we advise you to go through that. All right, so for Dash, again, it's our Dash customer support page. You've got videos here. It's the new user training here, covers the main things about basically covers this training. And then further down, we have the full list of guides. And most of these guys will have screenshots so you know what we're talking about or know what to look for in terms of either on the screen or on your VoIP phones if you're using VoIP phones. In terms of logging into Dash, you mouse over support, and then you click on PBX login. Scroll down. This first login button, this is for you. This is for our Dash customers. Just below that, we have the VirtualPBX web phone. This is a VoIP device that's available for our Dash customers. It is making use of a desktop browser, specifically Chrome and Firefox, and allows you to make and receive phone calls right from your browser. It uses the same login information as your Dash account, but you do have to have it set up as on your user. It will not work on the mobile versions of Chrome, for example, or Firefox. And our engineers are working on getting this compatible or compliant with for use with Safari and Microsoft Edge. I don't know if I don't have an ETA on that at the current time. And then further down here, we have the VirtualPBX vConsole login. All right, so on the Dash login, it's asking you for your email address, your password, and then your account name, which is normally your company name. I'm using a test account, so that's why I've got the funky account name here. You can choose to remember yourself, so you don't have to keep typing it in. Also, if you ever forget your information, forgot your info, we'll take you through the steps to recover your password. And then we get taken to our dashboard. So for new customers, like if you just signed up, when you first log in, the wizard will come up and it's going to have little pop-up boxes telling you what certain things are and some basic navigation. Definitely you want to go through that and read those. But then after that, you'll be dropped in here to your dashboard. So your dashboard starts off, we'll start off right over here. This is your total users. So these are your full functional or fully functional users. These are people who make and receive calls they're probably going to be, or they can use a variety of devices. So not just VoIP phones, but they can use cell phones, landlines, or whatever, or at least to receive calls. Making calls, they're pretty much restricted to a VoIP device. Just below that, we have agents. Agents are specific for ACD queues. These are people who receive calls, right? So they're logged into your ACD queues. They're just taking calls in predominantly. They are restricted to VoIP devices only. And they basically don't have any other features other than maybe voicemail. Whereas your users, they have things like call forwarding, hot desking, follow me calling. There's a few more other features that they can have depending on their setup. Down below here, we have devices. So these are all the devices you have on the account, and then broken down by type. Unregistered means the system doesn't know if they're connected to us. Usually that means it's a cell phone or a landline. It could also be a VoIP device that's just not connected to us. Over here on the right, you have your main numbers. So these are numbers that your customers dial to get to you, right? These numbers all behave the same way. They have the same main greeting. They all route the same way. Just below that, you have your fax box number. This is for your incoming faxes. So basically, what number they should dial if they're going to fax to you if you're making use of faxing. Total numbers, again, giving you a breakdown of your numbers. An assigned number means that's a number you're using. It goes somewhere, whether it's your main number, it goes directly to a user, it goes to a ring group, it goes to an ACD queue, or your fax box number, or conference number for that matter. Spare numbers is a number you have on the account. You're not using that number. It doesn't go anywhere. Now, you're still being billed for that number, but basically it means that's a number you want to keep for whatever reasons, or you're going to use it for a future advertising campaign, for example. And then broken up between type of number. So US DID, so US local number, and then US toll-free. You can also have international numbers listed here as well. The company directory, these are the users who've opted to be in the company directory. And then you have a download link so you can download it to your own system. Your account ID number, you can use this number to identify yourself to us. We're typically not going to ask you for that if you call into us for help over the phone. We'll ask you for your company name, by and large. And then lastly, account realm. Account realm is used for a couple things. For outbound faxing, you'll need it for that. And you'll also need it if you're going to be using a third-party VoIP device to program that device. Basically, it's the server information. All right, up top here, we have your caller ID. So for each of your main numbers, you can set up caller ID. The company caller ID name, or CNAM or CNAME, depending on who you talk to, this allows you to have text associated with your outbound caller ID. The text is limited to 15 characters, including spaces or special characters. And there are a few things to keep in mind with dealing with the CNAME information. One, this is not something we control. This is a industry-wide standard, I guess, for lack of a better word. That's why it's 15 characters. Unfortunately, not every phone carrier in the US, or actually North America, to be specific or more accurate, does not support CNAME. So if a call happens to route through one of those carriers, the CNAME information will not get through to the destination device or phone. Obviously, even for the carriers who do support CNAME, if they're having some sort of issue themselves, even if the call goes through, the CNAME information may not, because it's not a priority set of information. And then lastly, the device that is picking up your call can have an impact on if the CNAME is displayed, right? If the phone that's picking up doesn't have the screen real estate to show the name, it's not going to. It's going to show the phone number. And if someone has a phone that has your phone number programmed into it, so like a cell phone, for example, whatever they labeled your phone number on their device, that's going to take precedence over the CNAME information. All right, down below that, we have your E911 information, or enhanced 911. This is so basically this will be the default information your VoIP devices display or send, I should say, when a VoIP device dials 911. Basically, this is information that is sent to emergency services. You can change this on the device themselves so that if you have staff members in different locations, they can put their actual address in versus the company address. But you do want to make sure that is updated, and the system does want this both of these things filled out. And especially for the caller ID, you want that selected so that way you can make outbound calls effectively with your VoIP devices. Hold music, this is the default hold music on the system. Basically, hold music is after a call has connected to a user or agent. This would be the default hold music that plays. So this particular system has many files. I can choose from any of them, or I can choose upload and upload a file from my system. If you upload, currently the system is only accepting files consistently 1 megabyte or smaller. Our engineers are working on determining why and getting that rectified. Additionally, you're restricted to MP3 or .wav formats. MP3, a 1 megabyte file for MP3 is roughly 5 minutes, which is usually plenty of time for a whole music file. But again, this is for after a call has come in and been picked up by a user, and then they put that person on hold. This is that hold music that we play at that point. So yeah, you choose your file, and then you click this little icon here to upload it to your system, and then click on Save Changes. All right, let's go to main number. All right, click up here, and you show your main company numbers. The system wants at least one number to have the E911 and call outbound CNAME or caller ID information set. Your other main numbers don't have to, but it always has. Well, the system always wants at least one to have that information. And you can always click on the little cog icon here, and you can enter the caller ID, E911, etc. Oh, prepend. This allows you. Well, okay, one, this is only for VoIP phones that this will work with, but this allows you to put text in front of your caller ID. So additional CNAME basically, but this is for you and your staff. So let's see here. So if we look at this prepend for the toll-free number, right, it's a TF inbound. So basically this would show up on the display of my users' VoIP phones when a call came in from this phone number. So they simply know, oh, they called in on the toll-free number. That at least gives them a heads up about what the call might be about, right? So I could have put this in for like sales call, right? Or just put sales. So that way, oh, my staff member knows, oh, it's an incoming sales call. Okay. You know, or you could put a product name if you wanted. You can always add additional numbers from your spare number list to be a main number. By numbers, this is if you're a brand new sign up, you don't have any phone numbers, you didn't select any at sign up. This is how you would add numbers to the account, right? Local, it's going to ask you for an area code. So we'll try 530. And then you have all these. You click add, it moves it over, and then you click on by number. And then it checks, then it says, okay, it's still a valid number with us. Now it's activating on the account. And there it is. Now, if I decide, oh, I don't want to use this 323 number anymore, or at least as a main number, I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it or not. First, you would just unassign it. So now it's no longer a main number. And in fact, it's unassigned, so it's actually not going to be working. All right, your office hour strategy. Default new accounts are set up to be open out 24-hour office. Um, most customers end up changing it to custom office hours. They put a check mark in front of each day of the week that they're open. And then they set their open hours in 24-hour time or military time. If your whole office or store is closed for lunch, you can put a check mark here and then enter your lunch hours. And then no matter what, any changes you make here, click on Save Changes. And then you're all set. And it looks like we don't have anyone with us today, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast.